There's been an incredible rally in the stock market recently. Many of the major indices have completely healed the losses sustained earlier this year and are looking to go higher. Today, the Nasdaq hit a new all-time high, breaching 10,000 for the first time. And yesterday, the S&P 500 closed above 3,200, meaning its return is now positive for the year, erasing the downturn we've seen over the last couple months. A 5% rally from here would take it to new all-time highs. Regardless of what people thought was going to happen, we know two things for sure. The equity markets dropped approximately 35% and have seen a 45% rally since then. Meanwhile, Robinhood traders are cashing out on the market comeback that billionaire investors missed. One such trader flipped a $1,200 stimulus check into nearly $10,000. So what is going on? Why are some of the best investors on Wall Street shocked by what's happening? How are they getting beat by Robinhood investors? And what is driving this massive aggressive move upwards in stock prices? Well, we can primarily look at two contributing factors. The first is the most blatant central bank hostile takeover of markets in centuries. The Federal Reserve has expanded their balance sheet by more than 50% to over $7 trillion in less than 90 days. Their aggressive and unprecedented monetary policy has created incredible, yet absolutely insane, buying pressure in this market, driving stock prices higher and higher. And this almost guarantees that the market will act against all common sense and continue to go higher. The second contributing factor to the rise in prices is the perceived reopening of the economy. Now, when you're starting at near zero economic activity for many businesses and industries, then of course, any reopening of business will look like an incredible growth on a percentage basis. Remember that the stock market speculates off of certainty. And it's clear that many investors are speculating that the economy will see a near full recovery sooner rather than later. No matter how long it takes or how complicated the recovery is, the belief that we will someday see a 100% recovery is enough to send stock prices soaring. So remember, belief builds a bubble, speculation swells a bubble, and doubt deflates a bubble. The stronger the belief, the wilder the speculation, and the deeper the doubt influence how big the bubble or its burst become. What's also true is that in almost every trend, every bubble, and every hype cycle that's ever existed, eventually something comes out, something comes to light that becomes almost a parody of what's going on around it. That parody eventually symbolizes the irrational behavior of a trend, and you could argue serves as the pin that pops the bubble. So today, two companies, Nikola and Hertz, will definitely serve as those historical examples. We've seen how in literally mere days, Nikola, during a hot market run, skyrocketed to $100 plus per share. And based on what exactly? They've not manufactured a car, they've not sold a car, they've not even received a deposit. Yet Nikola, with the CEO who's boasting the fact that his company will be worth $100 billion in the future, has skyrocketed off of mere speculation that's been brewing like crazy in this market. And there will certainly be some correction to this, as there's no rationale behind any of it. And then we consider Hertz, which is even more of a symbol of irrationality. They literally filed for bankruptcy, and yet the stock was up 800%. And this is complete madness, right? And you have to ask the question, who in their right mind is buying Hertz right now? For a while now, Hertz has been a ticking time bomb. They've been holding over $14 billion in securitized debt and struggling to compete with the likes of Uber and other ride-hailing services. But they were able to hold on because even though they were a zombie company, we've been living in a cheap money era. So they've been able to issue new debt and pay off existing liabilities at zero interest rates. So Hertz and many other zombie corporations have been able to survive for much longer than the rules of capitalism normally permit. That was until the global economy shut down and wiped out all of their revenue, forcing them to declare bankruptcy not long after. But even though common sense dictates that zombie companies will inevitably be destroyed by their bad decisions by the guiding hand of the market, we are seeing the opposite of this right now. We're seeing bankrupt companies skyrocket in stock value. Despite insolvency, declining fundamentals, and the US bankruptcy code stating that all debts must be repaid before stockholders receive anything, The share price of Hertz has risen to levels higher than before they announced bankruptcy. And so why this is the case, why the stock market's going up, even as the economy continues to falter, why companies like Nikola and Hertz continue to skyrocket in price, is due to a term called moral hazard. And this is what occurs when an entity, an organization, has incentive to increase their exposure to risk because it does not bear the full cost of that risk. In other words, corporations today know that they're going to be bailed out by the government, that the Fed will continue to prop up the market, increasing their balance sheet astronomically along the way. Remember the TARP bailouts of 2008? These are child's play compared to what's going on right now. And that's because the guiding principle, the key move in the Fed's playbook, is that no stock, no mortgage, no junk bond, and no other security can go to zero. They will pump so much liquidity, so much capital into the markets, so as to prevent even the smallest cracks from forming. They want full confidence that the stock market is somewhere you should place your money because look, even companies that have declared bankruptcy, well, their stock price is going crazy. It must be a great time to get in the market, right? And that artificial euphoria, the result of what they've been pumping into the financial system, is only going to exacerbate the madness. And companies like Hertz, as we'll find out, are just the tip of the iceberg. This is the new normal, and we'll continue to watch the most bizarre, most outrageous stock market activity on a daily basis. What we're experiencing is the craziest market environment of all time, and while these conditions won't last forever, while they do, we'll watch investors embrace insanity and profit, while those who try to cling on to economic reality are continually burned. And meanwhile, other asset classes bide their time. Bitcoin itself is up 35% year to date and has outperformed everything regardless of the volatility. Call it a crisis hedge, call it a fiat hedge, call it a reflation hedge. But regardless of what Bitcoin and crypto is or is not, what is certainly the case is that it doesn't seem so irrational in price movement anymore. Market volatility is now the norm everywhere, so just make the best of it. But most of all, don't panic buy or panic sell. All of the could have been moments will only make you more upset and cloud your judgment. Don't let missing out on large gains sour still modest and respectable ones. If you're betting more than you can afford to lose, you're not doing it right either, and the emotional weight of it could also cloud your judgment. So plan strategically, invest dispassionately, and good luck trading. And what's true is that despite how irrational the market may seem, this is still a great time to be getting in, learning how to trade, or refining your ability to do so. Theoretically, you could replace your entire employment based off your ability to trade, and there's no time like the present. If you're looking to learn how to trade or how to make consistent income doing so, well, that's exactly why we created Ready Set Trade, to give you the tools of how to sustain yourself, to make consistent income in times of uncertainty. We cater to small accounts using simple strategies which make straightforward returns. And our goal is to help you earn $100 a day using our strategies and focus. Right now, we've averaged about a 70% win rate using very conservative option strategies that you can follow along with. Best of all, you can get on our trading Discord where we talk about all of this and get access to our flagship $100 a day trading profit course for free by visiting the link in the bio. We're serious about helping you find consistent returns in 2020 and teaching you skills that you'll be able to use for the rest of your life. So check us out over at readyset.trade, and I look forward to seeing you on our server. So until the next one, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Cheers.